Hey y'all, I'm here with my little wash and go video as y'all can see. If you want this look, just keep on watching and see the products I use and my technique, and everything should be an okay. Once you watch this video, if you have any more questions, put them down in my comment section. And without further ado, here we go. Later. Hi guys, so I just finished washing my hair and deep conditioning and everything. I had a highly requested video on how do I get my hair curly, what products do I use. So I always change my products. I'm a product junkie, I know that. But today I'm using the Garnier Fructis Style Curl Treat. This is the smoothie. This is the Defining Smoothie. And this is the jelly, the shaping jelly. Can you see that? Okay. So this is my leave-in, the Afro-G protein treatment. I spray this in my hair, keeps my hair nice and strong, and I don't have a lot of breakage. And I have my water bottle. I got this from Sally's. In New York, we don't got too many Sally's around, but I found it at Sally's because I did find a Sally's. And today, y'all, I'm using gloves because I need to go to the nail shop. This nail is like coming off, and I don't want it to snag my hair because if your nails snag, you know, you can rip out your hair, so you don't want to do that. So today I'm actually using gloves, and actually gloves have a little bit more slip for your hair. You don't get too many knots and pull out. So here guys, I'm using a microfiber towel. I use the microfiber towel once in a blue moon. Today I used it only because my t-shirts that I normally use are dirty. So right here, I'm separating my hair into 4 sections. I use 4 sections to have control of my hair so the sections don't get into the way of other hair. I'm also using my crocodile clips. You can find these at any hair supply store. They're like $4 or something for like 4, so they are kind of expensive, but they give good control of your hair. When I separate my hair, it like automatically separates on its own. All right, so this is my first section that I'm gonna work on, and my hair is pretty much soaking wet, if you can't tell, but I didn't put on my leave-in yet, so I'm gonna put this on the whole section. Okay guys, so right here I'm spraying my hair with my leave-in conditioner, and it's the Afro-G Keratin and Green Tea leave-in. That builds strength inside of your hair. It is a protein treatment. So here I'm sectioning my hair. Now you see here I'm kind of having like a problem. I have a tangle. If you have a tangle, don't pull through your hair. Separate your hair, take your time, and finger detangle. Finger detangling is basically combing through your hair with your fingertips and not yanking. Because combs sometimes yank out your hair. With your fingers, you can actually feel the tangles, and that's what you want to feel. You want to feel your hair, because if you can't feel it, then you will yank your hair out and pop your hair, especially your ends. Your ends of the hair are the oldest parts of your hair, so you want to kind of protect that. So here I'm spraying water because I am having a little bit of tangles back there. So the water is giving me slip. Slip is another word for glidage, or even though that's not a word, but that makes your fingers glide through your hair. So the wetter your hair, the more cream you have in your hair, the more conditioner your hair will slide. So those little hairs I just pulled out was that tangle. You want to make sure when you're detangling your hair, whether when you're washing it or if you just wait until you're about to style, that you just take your time, because that is very important with you being able to have length retention. Length retention is also keeping the length of your hair from your ends to your roots. So as I'm detangling, you see I'm taking my time, and this is also called shingling. This is the method of shingling. You separate each curl where it wants to separate. So right here, as I'm parting my hair, you can see that my hair is getting tangled. So everything is about taking your time and treating your hair very delicately. Try to think of your hair as your baby, and if you wouldn't rough your baby up, don't rough your hair up. Because taking your time, spraying the water, working the product in, just keep running your fingers through it, that will take all the shed hair out, and it will leave your curls getting more curlier as you work the product in. So guys, right here, I continue to spray my hair with water. Throughout this whole process, you want your hair pretty much soaking wet. You do not want your hair to dry out. If it begins to dry out, you soak it on down, because the wetter your hair and the more product you have in your hair, it will define your curls. You want your curls to be defined. You don't want any frizz, and dry hair causes frizz. So you want your hair to be, number one, moisturized. You have to moisturize it. Secondly, you have to put in your holding product. That's your gel or your styling cream. And then you continue to put the water on it, because the water will stop any frizz from starting. Guys, this is a perfect example of what I mean about tangles. My hair right in this section is very tangled. So what you do is take your time, separate the curls where they want to separate. Don't pull through your hair, don't yank through your hair. Separate all the tangles and then shingle. Doing this will eliminate a lot of broken hair. So guys, right here you'll see where my hair is very tangled. This whole little section is gonna need to be finger detangled and defined all the way through. So this one is kind of a tedious process, but this is what you want. You want to take your time with your hair. If you don't have the time, don't do it. Wait until you have the time to really get into your hair and shingle. Shingling is very good for definition. So guys, right here is what I was saying about those tangles. If you get one just like this one, all you have to do is just pull the hairs apart. Don't yank them because they'll glide out. and at the end you'll have the shed here. So guys, in this area right here, this is my loosest texture, but this right here has the most tangles. I don't know why I get tangled. Look at that spider web. It's like, what the world? But anyway, that area is very problematic for me. I have to be very careful because my hair always tangles in that area. And that's just like that whole top section. But as you're doing it, just still take your time. Make sure it's nice and wet and it'll glide out. So right here, guys, I pick up my water bottle and I spray my hair down again one last time, and all I do is basically scrunch it until I hear you want it to sound kind of like macaroni and cheese, or just like you squeezing out like plastic. Like, you want a scrunchy sound. You want to hear the wetness inside your hair. You don't want your hair to be dry. So the last time you wet your hair is the time you want to spray it all the way down. You want to keep it wet. Right here I'm doing my edges and I'm using the Cream of Nature Snot. That, it gives me ultimate hold. So I use a little bit of that, and make sure you use a very little bit because it gives you a lot of product buildup. The first 2 or 3 days it'll lay your edges down, but then after a while you'll start seeing like the little yellow flakes, and you don't want to see that. So the edges is laid. Yeah.